Thank you for tuning in to the Afternoon Pint. This episode is sponsored by Camilla Najat of Exit Realty, Strategy Up Business Consultants, and ISS Atlantic Security Guard Services. Enjoy the show. Cheers!
Cheers!
And welcome to the Afternoon Pint. I'm Mike Tobin.
I am Matt Conrad.
And I'm Rick Horsman.
And I'm Derrick Bona.
Awesome. And you guys are fitness?
Yeah, I'm a personal trainer here in Cole Harbour.
Okay.
I'm just a fat guy who's friends with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Just a fat guy who's friends with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool that you're friends with Arnold Schwarzenegger. So maybe start with that. How the heck does Arnold Schwarzenegger know who you are? A guy in Cole Harbour.
I'm still waiting on my Christmas card. I must have got lost with the strike and everything, I guess. I don't know. I was on Twitter one day and I posted a photo of me. I'm on a weight loss journey here and, trying to get skinny. But I posted an updated photo just to a couple people that knew about it. And usually 6 people see my tweets and all of a sudden it went viral and next thing you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, seen it and retweeted with a personalized message, and the rest has just been history.
That's life-changing, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Literally.
And
It's pretty cool.
That's so I was late to the party as always, and so I thought it was 6 months ago. My 600-pound life was your TikTok handle, right?
Yep. 600-pound journey. Yep.
600-pound journey. Sorry.
Yep.
And you lost how many pounds? From where you started, where you at now?
So I started. We're going to estimate it was 600 plus, but you didn't really know because there was no scale around big enough to weigh me. But as of right now, a month, actually 3 weeks shy of 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. And I'm 240 pounds down so far.
Amazing, man. Cheers to that, bro.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's been a hell of a ride ever since the old.
And you're drinking beer, so it proves that beer is still a good health drink.
So
Still on the menu.
barely.
This episode comes out in February, but I'm going through a dry January right now, and I'm also going through a no junk food January. So I have a little addiction. It's called Hawkins Cheesies.
Yeah.
Worse than anything. Like they're my favorite. I have some in the cupboard right now, and they talk to me at night, and I don't touch them. But
And when he means covered, he means work covered also.
I had them at work. I had them everywhere, right? Just in the trunk of the car. No,
Under the toilet. Just lift the lid off the back of the toilet. Cheesy stuffed in there.
Yeah. Shout out to Hawkins. I'll be back in February.
You love them, you hate them. That's the thing.
Yeah. So are you a Hawkins Cheesies fan?
I do. I like them. Yeah.
I don't think I know Hawkins.
Really?
Oh, they're the best
They're
cheesies.
like the most iconic Canadian cheese. Like they're the ones that come in the red and white bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, see them all the time.
Okay, I'll see them now.
Yeah.
For
They're
sure.
they're the crunchy. They're really, really crunchy.
They almost they'll take out a filling or two when you're
Good,
biting them
yeah.
because they're so
Or
freaking
fill them
hard.
in.
Yeah, and sometimes you get a cheesy that's the size of a beer can, and you're just like, "What's going on with this company? Right? Why do I have such a crazy cheesy in this bag?" Anyways, fascinating company. We go all over the place in this show. There's really no agenda, right?
Yeah.
So shout out to Hawkins. Please send us a box of cheesies to
Sponsor them.
Yeah, sponsor us.
Amazing.
So
So
anyway.
back to Arnold.
So back to Arnold and you, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously you, I just want you to tell me, man, like when you got to this point and you wanted to make a change, like you're like, I mean, you wanted to say, I don't want to live this way anymore. How did that decision come up front or what happened?
This has been building up for, a few years. I've been a beast guy, a bigger guy my whole life, but, I had some health issues about 10 years ago. It really escalated this, some blood clots and whatnot. But it just got to the point where, mental health took over and it just put me into a kind of a dark space. I battled a lot with chronic leg ulcers and lymphedema. I'm a chef, so 25 years and counting so far. And those 25 years being on your feet, working 12 to 16-hour days. It's been pretty brutal, especially when you got literally holes in your legs and you're still continuing to work because you got a mortgage, so you got to keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
And they were significant holes in his life. Like, don't let him downplay that.
well, if you go through my social media, I post. I'm very open to my whole journey, so I post everything because you never know who I'm reaching. Right? I was inspired by somebody who posted their journey, so now I feel like this is my way of paying it back.
So who are you inspired by?
Just like could be anybody, like just, scrolling through TikTok and you see these guys that are, are my size or, or more. And then now they're lifting weights.
Do you think with social media, like seeing all these folks that kind of helped you, like realize hey, I'm going to do this.
Absolutely.
I can do this.
Right?
I see these dudes doing it and I can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you don't realize how strong you are until you actually get into it, right? And you start believing in yourself. When you start thinking negatively, your mind's going to think negatively and tell your body, like, you don't need this. Like, you need what makes you feel good. For me, I was like the food. Food was my addiction. Like, people have alcohol, people have marijuana, whatever it is. I use food in a negative way to help make me feel good. I'm using quotations. You probably can't see me, but and being the chef, what's regularly available to me is food.
Right. And if you're a chef, you can make it real good too.
You're making $40-$50 plates, and then you're going home and eating craft dinner. Because you worked 16-hour days, and you're eating fries all day out of a bowl because that's
that's what you have time for.
Yeah, you have time for it. If you're not a smoker, you get extra breaks.
Right.
It snowballed over the years, and I just got to the point. I'm like, all right, well, I'm here until.
I'd love to get back to you on diet, but so how did this relationship between you and Rick start? Like, did you guys? Yeah. What happened there? Did you just go at it yourself first? Like before Rick, did you try doing it yourself, or what was?
I tried many, many, many times, but you know what? It came down to I just wasn't ready.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think I needed to hit rock bottom and realize, like, I had a doctor told me, is like, you need to go off work to heal your legs. I'm like, I can't do it. I got a mortgage. She's like, well, you can work another 2 months or you're losing your legs. So you make that choice, right?
So you had to go off work.
So I had no choice, I'm like, all right, well, I guess I got to go off work.
Yeah.
Went into I had a pretty bad fall. I went off in December of 2022. I had a pretty bad fall in January 1st, 2023. Couldn't pick myself up. I rolled around my yard like a beach whale. Neighbors stopped. It must have been like 6 cars that stopped trying to help me pick up. And I always, being a bigger guy, use humor as a way of,
a crutch.
A crutch that I used in the situation. Yeah, right? So I think we're all guilty of it, right?
Yeah.
So, played it off like, slip, fell. But that, it killed me. And I just looked at my wife one day, I think it was like a couple of weeks later, and I was like, I need to do something. She goes, uh-huh. And she said, uh-huh, because I said this a million times.
Right.
And I said, no, I'm serious this time. I need to do something because I can't live like this. Either I don't want to be here anymore, or I need to do something to fix it so I can be here anymore.
Yeah. So when you reached out for help, where'd you go?
Yeah, so being a chef, like I said, I know the foods I'm supposed to be eating.
Right.
Right? So following through TikTok, you see these people talking about calorie counting and, calorie deficits. And so I started watching a lot of videos on that. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll give this a shot myself. But I didn't really know a lot of it. I'm just going to eat 3 meals a day. I want to focus on healthy, lean proteins, good carbs, rice, pasta, the vegetables, and I'll just see what happens. I'll drink 4 liters of water a day, and let's see what's going to go on.
Right.
And after a few weeks, I started noticing some changes in my body. I felt better. And I was like, well, but I still didn't have that number, so I bought a scale off Amazon that companies would use to deliver packages and weigh packages.
Yep.
And I jumped in the scale, and I was 574. Mm-hmm. I think that was 4 weeks into it, and my doctor said, well, judging by what you're eating, she said you're probably averaging 14 pounds a day. She said you were probably 6 or north of 6.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
When we started paying attention to how much she was weighing, he was losing like 8 and 9 pounds a week.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after my first 50 pounds, I was feeling good. And that's what I took the photo and put it on Twitter, and Arnold seen it. Then I felt really good.
Yeah.
And then, a little before that.
Yeah.
Because before Arnold seen it was about a week on Twitter where it went kind of semi-viral. The George Strombo seeing it kind of,
Okay, yeah.
And then
Cool.
I reached out to Rick an email. He could probably tell the story a lot better, but I reached out to email, just basically told him where it was,
So what drew you to Rick?
I needed help, and I've tried many times before.
He says it's his face.
Yeah, we both have crooked eyes sometimes, right? So,
All the time.
yeah. So I reached out many times before to their gyms, and I got ignored. And so I did one on Cole Harbour Connection Facebook group.
Oh, yeah, of course, yes.
Looked up personal trainer, and I seen this guy's, and I'm like, ooh, this guy's too expensive. And I was like, this one, I'm like, nope.
And then you see Rick. Like,
And then I
He's
see
like,
Rick.
Rick,
I'm cheap as hell.
Yeah,
cheap as hell.
right behind the no frills ad. Yeah.
But I seen Rick, and went to his Facebook page. I'm like, oh shit, I'm already following this guy.
Oh yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like, so anyway, I just sent him an email and I just told him my backstory, and I didn't expect to hear back from him because I'm used to, you know, the other gyms like message me back. But I think it was like 6 a.m. I had a text message.
He messaged me Good Friday, 2023, okay. And I didn't quite know how I was going to help him. He explained his stories like, hey, I'm, you know, upwards of 600 pounds. I need help. And I'm like, am I going to have to go to his house? Like, what's this going to look like? Right. At the time, I was training out of my basement. Yeah. Small groups. And I saw that we had a couple mutual friends. So I messaged one of the mutual friends. And I was like, hey, like, how do you know Derrick? Like, am I going to be able to help this guy? And she's like, oh, my God, he's the best guy. Like, you want to message him, like, right now. So I messaged him. We got him in the next day. Like, he came in Saturday. And it was rough. Like, it was a slow session. We modified most things. But, like, literally within 3 months, he was doing everything.
Amazing, bro.
Everything awesome. that I would ask anyone to do, he was doing within 3 months.
Yeah. And back to you, like,
he's the most capable person in the studio now. Like,
this episode is brought to you by Camilla Najat with Exit Realty Metro.
Camilla Najat is an experienced real estate agent who prides herself in finding the perfect home for her clients. Camilla can help you with a comparative market analysis to help determine the value of your home if you're planning on selling, or help you determine the going rate for the neighborhood you're moving into. She can also work with you at your pace.
You can reach Camilla by calling 902-880-8429 or email camilla@exitmetro.ca.
Also, you can find her on Facebook at Camilla Najat, Exit Realty Metro.
Your fitness journey, Rick, like, you know, you came into this. How did you become a personal trainer? Like, what's your background?
So I was a dorky, unpopular, stinky kid. Okay. And in grade 7, I joined the track and field team and started lifting weights and sort of turned my life around socially with fitness. And in grade 11, there's a PALCOM program. Yeah. We're about the same age, right? There's the Career and Lifestyles Management. Yeah. In grade 11, you shadow someone that you want to do their work. And I wanted to own a gym. And in my head, I wanted to own a gym, like a gym that you'd come to and work out independently and whatever. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah. And now fast forward, I'm running like a personal training studio. It's not at all what I was thinking, but it's it's better.
More hands-on.
It's better than it's totally hands-on. Every single person in the studio is doing what I'm telling them to do at all times. And I've been in business. I've been doing personal training for 17 years, and I've had my own studio for 9 years.
Do you feel that style? I mean, for me, I'm not in the industry, but I feel that style is really, really taking off, and people are feeling a little bit more drawn to that. Like, you know, because you have like the all the other ones, like the Orange Theories, the whatever the other ones, CrossFit, and all these other stuff where someone's really hands on as opposed to just go to Fit for Less, work out, and go home kind of thing.
Yeah, right? It depends on what you're drawn to, right? Yeah. Like those Fit for Less gyms are budget friendly.
Oh, they're great. Absolutely. I'm not shooting them down. I just think I feel based on my social media when I see people is they're going to these classes, they're going to like because they like the community, they like the support, and like it seems that funny enough, in a world where we're trying to like automate a lot of things, right? That's not going that way.
Absolutely, it's not. So a few years ago, there was a product. It was a mirror, and it had like a hologramic personal trainer. It was like Peloton, okay, but it had like a hologramic personal trainer in it.
Sounds very Demolition Man.
And a few of us were kind of shitting our pants, right? Like, like this.
We're gonna get placed by mirrors.
No, they did not. No, they didn't take off at all. Like, no, like. But it was something we all kind of had our eye on.
How about, like, do you know, and I'm coming with Matt on this, I don't know about the industry, right? So, like, how about, like, this social, like, I mean, when my girlfriend had the app, or she still has the app, it's like the beach body, whatever thing. Yeah, so she's watching videos on the screen and doing it. Is that losing popularity, you think, in live? Like, do you think people are coming back to real gyms?
So Beachbody, they just rebranded recently to Body, and they just changed their whole business model. So they were a multi-level marketing company.
Yes, that's right.
So you'd have ladies selling DVDs out of the trunk of their car. kind of, right? They've totally done away with that now. So they're not multi-level marketing anymore. They're direct sales. So you go on the website and you can buy the DVDs, but they've totally changed their business model literally in the last 2 months.
Interesting.
But there's a market for that. There's people that are motivated enough to work out in their living room. Like there's...
Not this guy. I hate that.
Yeah, no. And not any of my people either, right? But most people have a treadmill in their basement and their clothes hang on it. Right? So a service like mine appeals to people that want to come and like have a little community. There's a phenomenon. We're sitting in a bar right now. There's a phenomenon called the third place, right? It's you have two places where you have purpose by default. You have home and work.
Yeah.
You go home, you have purpose. You go to work, you have purpose. You need a third place, and traditionally that's been church.
Okay, yeah.
And then in the last 50 years, that's slowly become places like this, like a bar.
Yeah.
Right? The show Cheers, it's all about those people's third place, right?
I like
and
that.
there's this idea that if you can have a studio like mine and you can make that the third place for people, then you have raving lunatic fans that will never leave you.
Right.
So that's something that I've really tried to cultivate. Is like,
cool way to think,
I've got
man.
people that come 5-6 times a week. Derek's there almost every day when he's on. Right now, he's gone through a transition with work. He hasn't been around as much, but like the people that come to the studio are like raving lunatic fans.
Yeah.
Like they'll ride or die for me.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Which is what I'm after.
So back to you, Derrick. So to work, I saw the post because I've been following you for the last 6 months now. Congratulations, you got back to work, and that was a journey getting back to work, right?
Yeah, it still is. Yeah.
Yeah. No, right on. So how's that going? And what's that been like through this whole process?
It's been going okay. There's been some hiccups, but to get back to some normalcy in my life, because I mean, I know what people out there that were saying, oh, he's off for 2 years and he's sitting home and getting paid. No, this was my full-time job. Like I needed to do this. It was, so I've been working my ass off literally, to get to these things. And it's been rewarding because now I'm doing things that I never thought I'd be able to do before. And like when you go through something like this, you don't realize the things that you lose. Like everyday things like, putting on your own socks in the morning. I couldn't do that. I couldn't cut my own toenails. I couldn't pick myself up off the floor. Now, I'm starting to run a bit, like I'm trying to run, jogging, I guess. But still doing, I can put my socks on now. I'm independent. It's like I'm breaking down the restrictions that were holding me down in life and moving forward. So, back to work was another main goal. So it's going well. It's a slow transition. Build myself up, but I'm up to almost 8 hours a day now, and body feels good.
Amazing.
Yeah. So but it's opening a lot more opportunities for me in the future, and that's what.
Through your social media, have you had people reaching out, people coming to you now saying, "Hey, look, I'm trying to do this, man"?
Oh yeah. All the time. Yeah. But, get any insights? What could I do? How should I start?
Yeah.
Where should I go? Hey, they're like, can you give me Rick's information? Like, can he help me? So.
Are you paying him some royalties there, Rick?
No. So I met Derrick. If you look at the calendar, Easter that year, 2023, was in May, I believe. Yeah.
No, it was just after my birthday. Yeah, so,
April. Yeah. So Derrick started with me, let's say late April.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was going through a divorce. I was training out of my house.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I was leaving the house.
Yeah.
So I opened a commercial studio.
Yeah.
Just across the street from where we are right now. On June 27th. So about a month and a half, 2 months after I met Derrick, I opened my own studio. And the rent of my studio is as much money as I was making out of my house.
Jeez, wow.
This guy's literally put my business on his back. He talks about Arnold Schwarzenegger. Butterbean also tweeted at him. He didn't.
There you go. I love Butterbean.
Butterbean might
awesome.
Butterbean might be cooler than Arnold, actually.
So I don't know about that. I like Butterbean, but Arnold is I like Bill Burr's little bit where he talks about Arnold has fit 4 lifetimes of achievements all in one line.
Everything he says he's going to do with this. But Derrick put a post on Facebook locally. And I'll get 5 new customers. Half of my customers right now, if you ask them hey, how did you start with Rick? They said, oh, we saw Derrick's post.
When I signed up with Rick, I was like, hey man, if you want to post about me, do whatever you got to do, like make money off me. Like, he goes, no, I'm never going to do that. He said, if you want to post about me, you can go right ahead. But he said, I'll never use you for gains.
Right.
So I respect that a lot.
Right? Yeah, I respect that a lot.
He posts a ton,
Right?
and I know
So
that.
I was like, well, this is my way of, helping him, helping others. So I just,
Here's a
tag him
phenomenon that does happen, though. People message me all the time. They go, I saw Derrick's journey. I need to lose weight.
Get a little.
Yeah, they'll say, I saw Derrick's journey. I want to lose weight. I want to come twice a week. Right? Like, Derrick's story is not, I come to Rick's classes twice a week.
That's right.
Derrick comes to Rick's classes 5 times a week.
That's right.
He walks every day for an hour.
Yep.
And he eats an entirely different diet than he used to eat.
Yeah. That's right.
Like, so people message me all the time. They're like, hey, I want to train twice a week. I'm like, all right, like, that's cool. And I'm glad Derrick sent you my way. And that's totally fine. But you do not expect Derrick results. If that, like...
I mean, maybe that's a start for some people,
absolutely.
right? Like, if they were doing nothing and all of a sudden 2 times a week is their starting point, great, right?
Right.
Because, I mean, that because they might get to 5 because they, it's that community base that they build. And they may end up wanting to go there every day, right?
Yep.
And that's a good thing. But I think, I know what you mean. Like, some
To
people...
get Derrick results, though, like,
No, that's
200 pounds in a year and a little bit, like...
No, that's you lost me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's incredible. He is incredible. He's a force of nature.
Yeah. So that's the thing, right? So it's one of those things where it's impressive. But the thing is too, is like you were going back about, some people might say like, oh, you were sitting home for 2 years or whatever, and where you were literally losing stuff. But the fact is that anyone who's choosing to be healthy, and I mean, I think it's a great thing, because I'm not one to go out and body shame people or anything like that, right?
Absolutely.
But there's a difference between like body shaming and just someone choosing to get healthy.
Yep.
And I think it's really important that, whether it is just eating better or if it's just moving more and all those things, that those are things that should be celebrated, right?
Yep.
It's not that necessary. It's like, oh, great, I don't want to be fat anymore.
Yep.
I want to be healthy, right? I want to live longer. I want to be there for your wife, for your kids,
Absolutely.
or whatever it may be, right? So it's those types of things. And so, but the kind of caveat to that is what I was leading to, is that you were maybe off, but you were trying to lessen the burden of like the healthcare that you may have to see coming, kind of thing, right?
Yeah, I was already at the point where I had VON coming daily to dress my legs. Right. So I'd go to work, then have to rush home, and get home at like 6 or 7 o'clock at night, and I'd be up till almost midnight to get a nurse to come change the wounds, wrap my legs.
The mutual friend that I messaged was one of his VON nurses, actually.
Okay.
The weight loss has been unbelievable, but the biggest flex I think I can honestly say is that I'm mentally stronger now.
Yeah.
That's true too. Yeah.
Like that's the biggest part of it. I was in a bad spot. Like I was ready to end it all and get out of here.
Yeah.
And like now that I'm seeing a future, like I'm seeing, like I want to travel, I want to go out and do things with my wife. Like before, it was just like I'm just going to sit here, eat myself to death, and I'll be out of my misery soon. And I
don't think people realize the addiction that happens, because it's been proven that the chemicals that are in, especially like shitty foods, do have a grasp on your mind, similar to drugs, gambling, and all these things that people can become addicted to. And that food, like you go out and eat that McDonald's. Every time I try to limit that, but every time I go out and have a McDonald's burger, the funny thing is like I crave a McDonald's burger again the next day. And it just takes the will to say like, no, don't do that. Right? You have to just check it.
It's easy to fall into a habit of getting McDonald's every day, every second day.
Absolutely.
If you especially, I mean, in this world where we're always so busy, like I said, 3 different places, as you were saying, right? We all have that.
And now you got like McDonald's and all these other apps. You have an app, so they're going to reward you for coming here. You come here a couple times a week, we're going to give you a free burger.
That's right.
There's this idea too that willpower is a finite resource. So everybody wakes up with 100 willpowers, right?
Okay.
And if you're out of shape, or if you're depressed, or if you're whatever, it takes some of those willpowers just to get out of bed.
Right.
Yeah. And it takes some of those willpowers to go to work and like live through your day. And every single person that lives, when they drive home, there's the big yellow arches, right?
Yep.
And those yellow arches are saying, don't cook supper. Don't cook supper. Just pull through the drive-through. It's easier to feed your family. Stop through, right? And if you have none of your willpowers left, you go, yeah, sure, I'll stop in, right?
Listen, when I was at work, I'd be just miserable with pain. Feet, ankles, knees, everything. I would eat probably...
Like, who wants to go home and make a steak?
Yeah, but I would probably devour a bottle of Tylenol in a week. And just to get through shifts, you know. Probably took more than I should have. And then, like, just the whole, like, where I said, I use food as addiction. Like, some days I wouldn't even realize it, and I'd kind of snap to it, and next thing I know, I'm in the drive-through. Right?
Yep.
And I'm like, how the hell did I get here? Like, just my brain's telling me, oh, you need that burger, you need, you know, just the addiction part of things took over. And I used to say all the time, I you know, lie to myself, I'd like, I don't eat a lot. Like, I don't know why I'm you know, I'm this size. I don't eat like one meal a day. Right. And then it was the little things that when you start counting calories, add it up. I get home, you know, 3 plates of pasta, you know. Yeah. It all adds up. Like, and when I truly started looking into it, and realizing at 600 pounds, you know, just for me to maintain 600 pounds, it was to eat 5,200 calories a day. Wow. Just to maintain that. To gain that,
because it's actually, it is hard to like keep the weight on, right? Like you're saying you lost like 9 pounds a week. Yep. You could have lost 9 pounds a week literally just not eating what you're eating without even moving, right? Yep. So it is an actual like feat. In a way to keep the weight on. Yeah,
like just sitting at 600 pounds, sitting, doing nothing, I was burning almost little over 6,000 calories a day. Right. Just by doing nothing. And then, so like to gain a pound of fat, you need to eat 3,200 calories over your maintenance calories. You know.
Well,
that's
and then when you switch to healthier eating, I mean, like, you know, I'm on very beginning stages of this. So again, my partner, she's ahead of me, so she has this MyFitnessPal app.
That's what
so I downloaded the free version of that. I'm tracking my food right now. And man, the healthy food is like when you stick to lean proteins, dude, like way lower calories. You're like, holy smokes! You're like, so I'm actually having a hard time getting to what I'm supposed to have for calories.
So the breakdown on that is a gram of protein is 4 calories.
Yeah.
A gram of carbohydrate is also 4 calories. And a gram of fat is 9 calories. So as soon as you introduce fat to a meal, the calorie goes through the roof.
What about sugar? I mean, that's...
It's carbohydrate.
Sugar.
So a gram of... I mean, the problem is refined sugar then stores as fat.
I was going to say,
it's dangerous in other ways, but as far as calorie count, 4 calories for a gram of protein and carbohydrate. But fat is 9. So when you add fat, if what you're caring about is calories, when you add fat, you do exponentially increase the
maybe I'm completely like out of touch on here, but whenever like we don't if you came to my place right now, I don't think you could find a bag of white sugar or even brown sugar. Good. But because we often, what we'll do is we substitute for like more natural sugars, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but we use honey or maple syrup.
That's great.
That stuff. I mean, it's absolutely.
So we'll replace anything with those types of things. I don't know if that makes any difference or not, but yeah.
So I'm not a nutritionist.
No, exactly.
Derrick goes to see a dietitian. I don't speak about food a whole lot. It's outside of the scope of practice for personal trainers.
Fair enough.
Right.
Well, that's fair. It's just, I mean, I already know, like, say, from dietitian and reading up a lot of it, but it's you know, the refined sugars, like, it's manufactured, like, it's broken down. At least with the, you know, honey and maple syrup, it's, you know, as long as it's pure, you know, and unpasteurized, it's natural. Like, it's, you know, it's still...
Well, that's the only way. I'm real picky when it comes to maple syrup. I actually been joking around that I want to do a blind maple syrup testing because I'm like really particular.
It needs to be maple syrup.
Oh yeah. And I have a brand that I like, and I swear you could blind taste me with 10 different ones, and I could pick out my brand just by tasting it.
Yeah.
He likes maple syrup.
I like maple syrup.
He's really
Canadian, so you know.
My wife's Quebecois, so
he got the plaid shirt on. He's, you know.
All right. So back to you, man. Like, so what's your diet like now?
So now I work with a great dietitian here in Dartmouth. Her name's Amanda Grant. She's out of Lifemark. Lifemark, and I think I see her at the PT Health in Baker Drive. Okay. But she's unbelievable. You know, like so before, like I said, I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew I didn't even start tracking when I first started. I just ate those 3 meals a day, drank my 4 liters of water. And then I was like, oh, okay, I'm losing weight. So then I was like, I'm just curious. You know, I started reading more about it. And so I just started tracking. And I was like, oh, okay, so I'm right around, 2,500 calories. And then she had said, that you should eat more protein. More protein is going to heal. It's going to heal my wound. It's going to, we look into vitamins, like, certain vitamins are going to help heal with the wounds and everything.
And she really highlighted fiber as well.
I wasn't eating enough fiber because I was like, geez, I'm plateauing here and I feel like I shouldn't be. And, it just turns out I wasn't even eating enough calories, It's, you got to find that balance, and as you lose weight, it always changes. But right now, I stick around 2,000 calories, and I'm probably about 160 grams of protein.
I tried Metamucil for the first time. For the first time in my life. 2 days ago. I was like, holy smokes, that thing cleans the pipes. Right? I wouldn't believe. I had so many. I missed half a day of work yesterday. I was just like, I had to leave 3 times. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. Yeah. I was like, wow. Right, I was scared. Right, maybe I took just a teaspoon.
I overdose on Metamucil.
But yeah, because I've always, everyone that I know that's older folks have always told me, get fiber in your diet as you get older. It's one of the best things you can do for your nutrition, like your health.
And you know what? It's honestly, it's as simple as just having like a fruit and a vegetable with every meal. Like honestly, it comes down to that. People, say, "Oh, I have a hard time eating fiber." You don't like fruit, you don't like any kind of fruit, like.
I don't like fruit a whole lot.
No? But is there a fruit you do like?
I like strawberries and blueberries. Yeah, that's what I do.
So what I mean? There's always...
And I like peaches. And so I got the frozen peaches. I put them in my oatmeal.
Oh, the
that's
best.
how I'm doing it right now.
Right? Like you Google like foods that are high in fiber, you'll find 100 foods, like beans.
But there's a lot of like picky people out there that, they don't like a lot of things. I'm fortunate. I'm a chef. I love everything, obviously. Wouldn't have blown to 600 pounds. I'd like everything. But, it's defined what works for you. There's a lot of things out there that work. Like, a lot of people do the carnivore diet and stuff like that. They're not for me. I love eating protein.
I tried that, not because of necessarily for diet. I tried it mostly to try to figure out what the hell is messing my guts up so much.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Turns out, I don't know. But that's a whole other discussion.
You enjoyed the steak.
But I actually did the Lion's diet, which is even a step further. So the Lion's...
Only gazelle.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I had to run around and actually pray on it too. Yeah,
the circle of life plays every once in a while. He's running in the Sahara.
I just hold my son up over the rocks. No, but the Lion's diet is only red meat, so you don't even eat. It's only it's chicken, what a lion could eat.
Yep,
basically.
What do you mean? Like a lion could eat if he was domesticated? Like had little work paws and he was like going to the office?
What's a lion going to eat in the Sahara kind of thing? There's no wild chickens running around. They go after go after red
bison.
Meat. Yeah. They go after red meat.
They go after prepackaged
so
meat.
Basically what I could do is I could have cow, I could have moose,
I'm teasing you.
Cactus, tumbleweed.
So I did that for a month, and it still didn't figure out what the hell is causing my gut problems. But either way, so there's a bunch of different stuff.
There is, and you just got to find something that works with your lifestyle, and that you can maintain and can, like I always say, you don't got to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Just keep showing up. Like I have my days where like this Christmas, last Christmas I was dead set. Keep my calories. I didn't go off track. And this Christmas, I'm enjoying myself.
So this episode's going to come out in January, in February. But at the end of January, now when I go back to it, do you recommend I have maybe one cheesy night a month where I just go nuts, or maybe a bag of cheesies every 2 weeks?
Well, here's the best thing: when you eat in a calorie deficit, you save calories for the end of the week. It all comes down to calories in and calories out. Yeah, so if you eat in a calorie deficit, you get the surplus of calories. You can afford to have that bag of chips a week.
That's the cheat day, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Not every day, though.
But now I'm instead of having a big bag of chips, I turn in the back, 50 grams, 240 calories.
Right.
But you know what? That's the thing about just being so we're trying to raise, I have a 3-year-old.
Yep.
And we're trying to raise him in a sense that, all food is food.
Yep.
And because, when you say certain foods are bad or you restrict them or anything like that, then they want it more and all this other stuff, right? So I was super happy with him. Like I said, he's 3 years old. He had a sore throat, bought him a little container of ice cream, chocolate ice cream. So we went through and scooped a little bit in there. And no joke, I was 3 little spoonfuls in.
Yep.
And he goes, "That's enough."
That's enough.
And I was like, "Jeez, man.
You're damn right it is.
What 3-year-old is sitting there saying, that's enough?" And then he just took his 3 little scoops and he went and he ate it up and everything. And I was like, holy crap. And my wife says, that's what happens when you don't treat like food, like it's a bad guy or anything like that. You don't restrict it. It's the same thing with alcohol. Like we try to like tell people you can't drink, and next thing you know, they're 19 years old, they get their first legal drink, and they go out and they get freaking plastered
Alcohol
beyond
poisoning.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you guys are probably raised the same way I was. You know, your grandma would always make sure you left full.
Sure.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you didn't finish your food. You needed to finish that, clean that plate. So, you know, like you had to. Whenever you go over, like, man,
and if there's a pregnant lady in the room, she's eating for two. So God,
like, you know, it was everything we do as Maritimers and people. Like, it's all based around food.
The maritime
right?
diet's very fat based too,
Yeah,
right? A lot
right.
of deep fried foods,
gravy on everything.
Gravy,
You
like,
know, yeah.
eat. And, you know, that gets passed down. It's generational,
100%.
you know, like it is bred in you, like, you know. So
bread.
bread.
Bread India.
Bread.
That should be
Get that bread
your
India.
memoir after.
I do like bread, but you know what though? I'll tell you one thing though, there has to be a clear difference in like, you know, having like fresh homemade bread versus like store bought bread.
Oh, absolutely. It's preservatives.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because that and the taste is better and everything. But my wife has a friend who does who gets like she makes her own sourdoughs and stuff.
Yeah.
And she likes to experiment and she gives them to us and you know here and there and whatever. And man, oh man, like that's next level bread
Absolutely.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
I do like my bread, but
And it goes moldy in about 4 days.
so you got
Isn't
to
that
eat it.
funny?
You got to eat it quick.
But like
sourdough's the best.
store-bought bread sits on your fridge for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
hold. You're like,
Yeah.
something's funny there.
And sourdough's so good at, like, especially for people that are diabetic and stuff too, because it helps maintain your metabolism, so you don't get the big spikes with the
So
sourdough.
you're saying I should get sourdough's like the best bread maybe to have out of the bread?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a dear friend who's gluten issues, and sourdough's fine.
Yeah.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And over in Europe, flour doesn't bother her.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's
it
'cause
bothers
we
her
have-
here. It
well, you
bothers
know
her
what,
here,
though?
but it doesn't bother her in Europe.
We have all that enriched flour, which
Yeah.
has like potato enzymes in it and stuff like that. Like pretty much
Enriched
all of
sounds
it.
like a good thing,
Right?
It's
yeah.
not.
Like I'm like that's super flour, but it's not. It's totally not.
Here's the thing,
Enriched
when
flour sounds
companies-
like wealthy flour. It sounds like flour that went to a good school.
Harvard flour.
This flour is educated.
I know, but it's actually enriched. Actually, is like not a good flour. It's crazy. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean,
it's shelf stable.
That's right.
It's
Yeah,
shelf stable.
that's right.
and it's also like, you know, I mean, food prices are crazy these
Yeah.
days, right? So it's a lot of it is
Today, Junior.
I'm trying to think of the word. It's an epidemic. It's an epidemic. Like it's cheap. It's cheaper to eat unhealthier food than it is to eat. So a lot, you know.
You know what? I used to
You're
think
right.
And that's a problem.
Healthier food is cheap,
Right?
Okay, so here's a debate. So
I was
last
gonna say
year,
I want to push back against you too, but I'll let these guys go first.
This is like
I used to think that way,
So
too.
you just kind of got into a funny thing. Is healthy food is cheaper, right?
No, sorry.
Is that what you're saying?
No,
he's
no.
saying-
No, you're saying healthy food.
He's saying
Healthy
unhealthy
food's
food.
It's
more
cheaper for the consumer to buy than it is healthier food. Like,
unhealthy
you
food.
know, a box of Kraft Dinner for 99 cents, and you can't even get a bag of peas and corn now for
Okay.
like less than, you know, $2.
Okay.
Like,
So here's the thing: is I used to think that way too, and I've changed my thought process on
Okay.
it. You're right
yeah,
to a degree.
Okay.
Healthier food
yeah,
is more expensive when you have a little bit less privilege or you have less privilege.
Yeah.
If you have, there's certain times it's more effort to eat healthier and eat better.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'll give you an example.
100%
Here-
more effort.
Here on Dartmouth,
yeah,
we got Gateway.
Yep.
On Halifax side, we got the Kingswood Market.
yep.
I go there, and I'm not joking. I drop $150 on just meat alone. That's what I do. I buy meat once every 6 weeks. I buy $150, and I have meat for every day for 6 weeks because I go
It's like
home and I.
gazelle he found in the Sahara.
Exactly.
Just drinking home with his teeth. Here, kid.
But I divide it up, right? You know, they have chicken, big packs of chicken for a really good price. I come out and I take them all up and I divide and I put 3 to 4 chicken breasts in a Ziploc bag and we freeze them and all this stuff and I divide everything up, right? Yep. And so the last time I bought meat from Kingswood Market was the last week of November. $150 is what I spent. $153.
Yep.
Out where I live, out in Prospect, we have Mabel's. Shout out to Mabel's because they're a farm market, right?
Let's go, Mabel's.
Yeah.
I can buy a cauliflower there for $2.99. The cheapest, the flyer special at No Frills for cauliflower was $4.88.
Yep.
Just this past weekend that I went shopping.
Yep.
$2.99 regular price out there. So I've gone and have spent. I buy a lot of my veggies there,
Yep.
and I bought enough veggies to make salads every day for the week. Well, 5 days of the week for suppers. And my wife eats salads every day for lunch. And I spent $24. And I had my veggies for the week.
Yep.
Eating veggies, salads or something every single day. I am lucky enough that I can go to Kingswood, drop $153 on that, and then each week spend probably less than $100 getting the other things. The yogurts, the whatever, right? I honestly, no joke, if you average my grocery bill for my family of 3, my 3-year-old, me and my wife, I don't have, like, my son doesn't have to feed lunch because he's at daycare, right? But other than that, 2 meals. I spend on average $100 a week.
Yeah.
$100 a week. And I'm not like
Kid's going to grow. It's going to change.
Yeah.
You're going to
change. I have a 12-year-old.
It's going to change.
You wait till they get hungry, right?
I know it's going to change.
Right now, 3 scoops of ice cream turns into, where'd the bucket of ice cream go?
No. I get that.
It's going to change.
What I'm saying is it's going to change, but but a lot of people are in the similar situation as I am. Are saying I'm spending like $200-$300 a week.
Same.
You can do it. The thing is it takes more effort. And not everyone has the ability to go out and go to Gateway, go to Kingswood Market, go to Mabel's.
Absolutely.
They only
So I guess Matt, the argument there, like that was okay. So you're saying basically if you go to these niche markets, you can get cheap food. But what sucks though ultimately is many people don't have that option.
They don't
So I was
have
just
that
going to
option.
say, a lot of people don't even have the $100.
That's also true.
You know,
Point. Yes.
Yeah.
when you're talking the competitiveness between Walmart, No Frills, Sobeys, and Atlantic Superstore, you're talking about a variance of maybe $4 or $5, right, between your grocery cart and
Absolutely.
one place or the other. When you balance it all out, I love, the guy. Shout out to that Halifax Retails guy.
Yeah,
Ever see him?
Oh yeah.
He does a cart shop and he compares them.
Yeah,
every
rotisserie
once in a
chickens.
blue moon.
Every year.
Yeah, I love his chicken one. Yeah.
When I opened my studio, he wouldn't give me a shout out because I was a service-based business. But then 2 weeks later, he gave a shout out to Planet Fitness. So, hell with that guy.
Oh wow! Can we leave that on there?
Absolutely.
I mean, I've invited him on this show. Actually, he might come on there and address.
I love his service.
Address your hate, Rick. Yeah.
No, I love his service, but I was hoping he would give me a shout out because it would have helped.
Well,
But now you have this guy.
Absolutely. So
He knows Arnold.
But if I can interject, like a bag of carrots is 3 meals,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
It's like $4.
Yep.
Bag of potatoes is $10, $12. 3 meals. Like, if you keep it pretty basic,
Yeah.
like a bag of potato chips that you by yourself would eat in one night is
That's
also $4.
But if
That's
you're,
true.
That's if you're living a vegan
Right?
diet.
No,
like
for
any
sure.
protein,
Proteins
right?
are
Like, yeah.
expensive. Proteins are expensive.
Like I
but,
base everything. Protein's my first thing I look for is what's my protein content. Whether it's fish, whether it's canned tuna. I try to aim for main meals like 30 grams of protein. And then, if I want like a snack, now it's protein bar. I hopefully have 10 grams of protein per 100 calories. Your whole mindset changed.
How many pickled eggs are you allowed to eat before your wife hates you?
Good pickled egg.
Because that's the game I'm playing right now this January.
Yeah, she doesn't hate you when you eat it. Hates you the next morning, right?
Junk food is really expensive too.
Junk food, and it's gone up.
Like a bag of
crazy.
Oreos. A bag of Oreos is $6.
Is that what it is?
Right?
Now? $6?
Is it that much for Oreos now? Jeez, wow.
Look, I think Newfoundland did it right with that pop tax. I think honestly,
They have a pop tax?
they have a
Yeah,
pop
they
tax
do,
in
yeah.
Newfoundland. Yeah. So anything sugary, I think over a certain percentage, you
That
pay an
pineapple
extra
crush
fee
got
onto it, kind of
crushed.
thing, right? Yeah.
So
Birch
I'm
beer,
the personal trainer here. I made a list of goals for 2025.
Yep.
The number one goal: no soda,
Yeah.
no energy drinks.
Okay.
I think she said no socks.
It looks like I wrote no socks.
Okay,
It's
so
no
stop,
sodas.
define soda. Okay, pause. So, obviously regular Coke.
So I will give myself a pass on ginger beer
Yeah.
and tonic.
What about
makes sense.
Diet Coke?
Oh, I
I
love
would
that.
rather die than drink a Diet Coke.
Okay,
I still
why is
have
that?
it.
You just don't like the taste of
I
it?
just don't like the taste of it.
Okay.
I'm a Pepsi guy.
What about Bubblies? Because we're a bubbly house.
I would have loved
Yeah.
bubbly.
Yeah.
I would have loved bubbly, but I'm a Pepsi guy.
Okay.
The goal might as well say no Pepsi, no energy drinks.
Okay.
Fair enough, yeah. Okay.
This episode is brought to you by Strategy Up. Strategy Up is a business consulting firm led by Mark Zerka, who has over 20 years' experience in building commercial strategies that will up your game, organize your teams, increase your productivity, and grow your business.
Whether you're a construction company looking to grow your revenue or a busy restaurant owner just trying to keep the doors open, Strategy Up can help. Strategy Up's boutique-style consultations will help you improve business process across nearly any industry.
Being a successful entrepreneur does not mean you have to be an expert in everything. Strategy Up specializes in building a relationship with you. Once pain points in the business are realized, Strategy Up will introduce process and technology that will power up your game to the next level.
A successful business requires investment. Your next step towards growth starts now. Email info@mystrategyup.com for a free business discovery call. Up your game with Strategy Up.
I am, like, as much as Derek's talking about food addiction, like, I am addicted. Like, I will drink a liter of Pepsi in a day. Absolutely.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
And, like, you know people that'll drink, like, 2 or 3 rock stars in a day? Like that.
Oh, geez, yeah, I know
I
people
think
like
that's
that.
insane. But I would absolutely drink one a day. Like,
Wow, okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, the only pop I like ginger beer. I do like a real ginger beer.
Yeah,
I do
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But the only actual like pop that I like is root beer. Yeah.
Oh,
And I don't drink it that much, but like I was saying, I had a root beer probably for the first time in 2 months. I had it just on the weekend, and it's the Propeller root beer. Oh, and
really?
man, is that ever good?
It is good. Yeah,
It's the
I have
best. And
that
I just took a little sip, and I was like, this is the best root
But
beer.
like as early as I can remember, I remember like my stepdad like getting the Pepsi that you like pop the little gasket out of to see if you win a
yes,
prize.
the Pepsi points.
Right?
Yeah.
Like it's like one of my earliest memories from my childhood, and like I'm straight up addicted. Anyway, I'm like,
That bike got you addicted.
I'm
You
like,
wanted that
yeah,
bike.
So
Yeah.
are you no Pepsi so far this year?
yeah, no, I started before the new year. I'm
Okay.
like 14 or 15 days in.
Congratulations.
And now
Okay,
it's
there you go.
easy. But now it's easy.
Yeah.
But like literally.
Until you see Cindy Crawford in her
Yeah.
little 90s commercial.
But like, I'm not
Charles.
bragging. I'm not bragging here. But like literally never in my life have I gone 15 days.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
Well, that's
Like it's wild.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. So like you talk about struggles, like
Yeah. Well, like this.
people meet me, they might not think, that guy eats healthy.
This
No, I'm
start
gonna
of January,
die.
it's like it gives you a lot of clarity when you realize, like, holy smokes, yeah, I did eat a lot of junk food, a lot more than I thought. Especially when you stop eating it, and you start looking for it and saying, "What? You're not doing that right now. You got to walk away."
And
from
I've been picking at him for like probably a good solid 8 months, saying like, stop snacking.
Right. And the segue there was a bottle of Pepsi
Yeah.
in any setting is like $3 now.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah, it's crazy, eh? If you're
lucky. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah.
So,
Hawkins
yeah.
cheesies are going up, I tell you.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. She's back to the
was
cheese.
it, Hawkins?
Full circle. Hawkins? You want to talk about
Yeah.
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 You
My
wanna
goal
talk
is to
about
get
circle
you
one?
addicted to
I'll
Hawkins cheesies.
grab some on the way out of here.
All right. So I'll tell you what. So Matt and I typically have questions. Neither of
Yes.
us, both of us had crazy business work days, so we didn't have time to do our random questions. So we're going to try something different here.
I got one. And that's
We're
a
gonna-
great one.
You know, no looking at your phone.
It's a great
we
one.
have to
Modest.
just
Modest.
no.
great
Everything
for
he does
topic.
is modest. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So question number one, rapid fire, great for the topic is, what's a great excuse to just eat a whole pizza?
Oh, he's the guy.
Great excuse to eat on
Pizza was the vice.
I worked all day. I'm too tired. Like that used to be mine. Pizza was my kryptonite.
Yeah.
I'd probably throw him in front of a bus to get a pizza back in the day.
Yeah. Pizza is great.
I love pizza. I haven't had any of that this year.
To eat a whole pizza?
Eat a whole pizza.
Buddy. Like we used to get an extra large pizza. Shout out Pizza Time here in Dartmouth. Extra large pizza. I'd let my kids go first and wife, and then I'd be like eating a slice while I'm taking 3 more. And I'm like, oh yeah, they'd be like, oh, just extra pizza. Where did it all go? Like,
Yeah.
must have been the kids.
All right.
How horrible was that? I'd blame my kids, but I since apologized to them about everything.
No,
but,
like when I met you, I remember you said
yeah.
you said I would either eat the whole pizza or I'd put it in the fridge and think about it until it was gone.
I would set an alarm to get up in the morning just to get those sliced pizza. I knew it was in there. Like all night, I'd be thinking about it. That's
Yeah,
that's
so-
how the addiction takes over, right?
It's a real addiction. Like,
Oh, it is.
obviously,
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
my answer would be it's long day, too lazy to cook.
And
There you go.
And the gym's next door to a pizza place, so
Yes.
so maybe the smells for him.
Smelling it the whole time.
Good. Yeah. All right, next question. So, what do you do for spare time? What's your favorite leisure activity when you're not working out or eating?
I'm a huge baseball fan.
Yeah.
Big Blue Jay guy. little frustrating watching this last season. But,
Yeah,
you know,
Jays fan, all right.
I'm a Jays fan. You know, I have the the best luck of picking teams. You know, Jays and Leafs, and
Toronto.
List goes on. You know, one of those kids I guess that picked it up when they were good back in the '90s and '80s, and But anyway, I'm diehard. So,
all right, you man.
I love professional wrestling.
Okay.
Unapologetically.
So what do you think about the
Raw Netflix? Yeah.
Raw Netflix. Biggest thing, biggest pop culture moment of the last decade, I think.
Oh, cool.
Are they going to do are they going to sell pay-per-views or like
Everything is on Netflix.
everything? So even
it's all on there now,
WrestleMania, you can just watch it for free on Netflix now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all on there now. Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Okay. What do you think the worst animal driver would be? If animals could drive, what animal do you think would be the worst driver?
That's good. I like that.
Cats.
I mean, is
Cats
it
would be bad
Yeah,
drivers.
cat.
is it the
Cat-
Giselle
it would be
that's you're chasing after, or is it?
No, it would be a cat for sure because they're like selfish and
Yeah, but cat would be ready. Yeah, maybe I'll go with. Yeah, I'll stick with a cat. I guess. I don't know. My cat's pretty lazy.
they are
I
kinda
went on
jerks.
nap. He'd be sleeping while
just
driving, probably.
they're too selfish
Yeah.
to be good drivers.
Yeah, they seem like they wouldn't know how to use a roundabout.
Are we cats? I don't know.
All right. Next question. What's the meaning of life?
Just living it, man. Like, being here in the moment, making memories while you can. You only get one life. Take it while you can, and,
Hell yeah, bud.
you want to control what you can control, right?
Nothing left. I got nothing left.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
I would say making the lives of people around you better.
The meaning of life is making the lives of people around you better. I like that. That's really nice.
babe.
Yeah.
No, but if you're not making other people's making other people's experience better, I don't know what you're doing.
Listen, I never thought that a year and a half ago I'd be getting more than just a personal trainer. Like, I got a brother now. I got a family with the gym.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's another huge flex of this
That's
whole
dope.
journey, too. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
good things come.
No,
good
there's
things.
100 people at that studio that love Derrick. Like,
I bet.
love him.
I mean, you seem like a nice guy.
Yeah,
I don't know if you go.
handsome,
I don't know if you go home and kick puppies or not. But I mean, from this point.
I have it on good authority that he doesn't.
Okay, all right, well, that's good.
All right, your turn, bud.
My turn. All right. Favorite styles of beer.
Ooh, porter.
Oh, okay.
I love a porter.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like a good Guinness every now and then, like a good thick beer, but I'm mostly a light guy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fun fact, though.
Yeah.
Guinness, low in calories.
Yeah, it's like 160.
Yeah.
Can you guys split the G?
Like, I'm usually like
Yeah.
a Michelob kind of guy because it's 90 calories per can, so.
Guinness wouldn't be too far off from that, honestly.
Okay, well, look at
Everyone
you.
thinks because Guinness is dark, it's more, but it's
It's a
actually less.
meal. It's a meal. They say.
Yeah, it's just the nitro.
I'm gonna try to split the G next week. I think
There you go.
Split the G. What's split the G?
The thing on the
the
Guinness.
capital G on the Guinness. If
Yeah.
you drink it, so that when you put it down on the first drink, it the line cuts the
G in half.
the center of the G.
It's a trend.
It's a new
Okay.
trend that
This is a new
Guinness.
trend?
It's a new trend that Guinness created.
Okay.
And brilliant on their part because it's yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna try it
interesting.
I'm gonna try it next week.
Cool. Fun.
Yeah.
All right. Geez, I had one, then I lost it. Now I got to find it. Oh, man. Probably wasn't.
5, 4.
Okay, sure. What job would you be doing if you any dream job tomorrow you woke up? What would it be, Derek?
It came down to radio or being a chef for me.
Oh, you do have a sexy voice.
Yeah.
Sound good on the radio, man,
Yeah.
or
There you
the
go.
pod deal.
Yeah.
Right,
People
yeah.
will agree in the comment section.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess radio is kind of hard time right now too.
And number 2 is a singer.
Yeah, I guess I guess it could be a singer
Like,
too.
what
Like
kind of
Marvin
style?
Gaye or little Luther Vandross or something.
She says she wants some Marvin Gaye,
Yeah.
some Luther Vandross,
so
a
I-
little Anita, a deadly set this party. Right.
So
Come on, get into it, Derek. Man, come on, I'm going.
I'm absolutely doing my dream job now. But
Yeah.
if like
Boring.
If this, yeah, I know. But if this was taken away from me tomorrow, it'd be a firefighter.
Firefighter?
okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, your turn, dude. I think we're almost done. Maybe 1 or 2 more.
Well, that's what it would be.
Yeah.
We're on 6 and 7 or something.
I'm
I don't know.
counting.
Anyway, the superpower. If you could pick one superpower, what would it be?
This is compelling. This is compelling listening. Just dull silence.
Time travel.
Time travel.
I would love to go back and live like the 80s and when we were younger. Like if you could go back and do a certain time in your life, just to maybe not even change anything, but just to go back and
Experience it again?
Yeah.
So you don't want to get into a paradox of changing things.
Well, it's crazy because when you're a kid, you think you get all this time in the world, and then you become an adult, and then you're like, holy shit, like this is,
It's
life
true.
was so much easier when it was back then, you know what I mean?
Keep talking, because I don't have an answer.
It's true. Like you know, every stage in your life,
Yeah.
you kind of like. Sometimes you think it's great, but like there's also like, I think it's a human negative trait where people are like, oh, it's going to be good in 6 months. It's going to be good in a year.
Yep.
It's going to be good in 2 years. And one of my favorite quotes of all time from The Office is, "I wish we knew we were in the good old days before we left them."
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's one of my
It's
favorite
like you
quotes.
see those memes all the time. They'll be shared on social media. It's like, this was the last time you and your best friends rode your bikes and you didn't
Yes.
realize it. And I'm like, oh man, like I get all my feels. I'm like,
seriously.
knife in the chest, like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, or like the last time you picked your kids up.
yeah, like you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and you don't realize
I
that.
have
You
a
don't think of these
12-year-old that I
things,
still
right?
pick up every now and then just to be sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that meme, and I first time I saw that was years ago, and I
Yeah.
sent it to like all my childhood friends. I was like, I miss you guys.
Right? Like yeah, like like it's crazy. Yeah.
All right, over to you, superpower.
I think I'd want to be able to read the future.
Read the future.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We could do a
Just,
lot
I
of
think-
damage between me and you.
Like,
I
wake
think,
up and there's
I
like a
think
scroll.
I just want to be able to tell the future. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like my biggest pain point. Is
All right,
like
so
not-
you want the future, you want the past. All right, there you go.
My,
You guys make a good team,
biggest
for
personal
sure.
pain
Yeah.
point is not knowing what the future holds, and that's an inch a little bit different in a year. But right now, I'd want to know the future.
My next question, I have to ask you first. Have either one of you had any trauma with fire? But that's a precursor to the question. That's not the question.
fire.
Just yes or no. This is just a yes or no.
Am
question.
I going to upset you with the following question?
No,
No, like trauma.
Can I light you on fire?
with
That's his
house,
next
house
question.
fires or anything like
I've
that?
never had trauma with house fire, but I used to think of that often, like especially when I was like
Okay.
not be able to move. Yeah.
All right, ready?
yeah,
Well,
that's true.
here's my deep thought question.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hit me.
both of you guys, house is burning
Yeah.
tonight,
Yeah.
right? 12:00.
Yeah.
Wonderful question.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're just
Christ.
getting home from the Star Wars
a really
movie
cheery guy.
or whatever's in theaters. Okay. You're getting home from what? Star Wars. I'm completely off here. You're just getting home from a movie and your house is on fire.
Yeah.
Your mom, your girlfriend, and your cat's inside.
Yeah, girlfriend.
1, 2, 3. The third one's not going to make it.
Girlfriend is number one, and it's not even a question. And then mom, I guess. And then, fuck the cat.
I guess it's pretty easy for me. It's a pretty easy decision for me. It'd be girlfriend or wife be first choice, and I grab the cat, but my mom's already dead, so I wouldn't.
Okay.
I love her, but you know.
Okay.
Was she cremated?
I guess I do have her ashes, so I guess I'd have to make sure to grab that.
It's like a twice
my
baked
God.
potato.
I guess the cat's probably on the way out. Sorry.
Okay. There you go. Wow. Yeah.
Okay, then.
All right. I think we can go with our last question.
Let's.
now.
It's last and last. You last the last.
Okay,
one.
I'll ask the last.
And
question.
I'll ask one that
All
we've
right,
asked.
cool.
The final wing.
I'm going to
there.
ask one
Yeah.
that we've asked a few different people, and that's: do you believe in ghosts?
No,
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
not a chance. Derrick's wrong.
Yeah.
It's okay to be wrong.
He's an idiot.
It's
Don't listen to
okay
him.
to be wrong, but yeah. So
I didn't say are ghosts real. I said
I
you
have
believe
a-
in ghosts.
I
So
have-
technically, you're both right.
So I have a bit about this, and that is that new ghost stories stopped happening when the internet became really popular.
Just the internet?
Yeah, like ghost stories were a thing that your uncles did around the dining room table playing cards to entertain each other.
Only your uncles.
And now that we're,
specifically uncles.
and now that we're constantly entertained, nobody sees ghosts anymore. I think ghosts are nonsense.
Okay. Ghost or nonsense? What do you think, man?
You said yes.
I'm in on Ghost.
In on ghosts?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
You believe?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, there's no wrong answer there.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, there
and,
is. No.
Our last question we asked every guest this is kind of the theme of this year.
Yeah.
What's one piece of advice that you were given that you want to take with you and share with others? Just whatever. It could come from any walk of life, from a family or a friend or just something you read on the internet.
Yeah.
Piece of advice.
So after everything with Arnold went crazy on Twitter and blew up, and I was on like every radio show and podcast from here to Vancouver,
Yeah.
I got a tweet one time from a person. He said, "No matter what you do, don't stop posting because you don't know who you're going to help."
Wow.
And and then it hit me because I'm like, yeah, I was that guy. You know,
That's
what I mean?
really good
So
advice.
that's-
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I continue just to post about it today.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
So mine is don't take criticism from someone you wouldn't take advice from.
Ah, I like that.
You heard that from me.
Or and the B part of that is like don't take advice from anyone who doesn't have what you don't want. So don't take financial advice from poor people. Don't take marriage advice from divorced people. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be mine.
There you go.
And like,
But you could learn something from a divorced person. I think.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
If they don't
do what I did.
But I just spoke about this. I just spoke about this 2 hours ago.
Yeah, become a chef.
Yeah.
Like you can get. I have 150 customers over there.
Yeah.
If there's a post about me on Facebook, I can get 120 comments being like, "Oh my God, Rick's amazing. Rick is fantastic." If one person goes, "Oh, like that was your experience, eh? Like I went there, I thought he was a bit of a jerk."
Yeah.
Right.
That one comment from a person that I wouldn't really want to train with me anymore. I didn't really enjoy having them.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh,
Was
yeah.
that the guy that runs Halifax Retail?
Yeah, absolutely. But that one negative comment in a sea of positive comments, people loving you, ruins your whole day.
Oh my
Yeah, that's
gosh.
true.
Right?
Yeah,
It's so
Negativity always
funny.
does. That's
It's
true.
so funny.
You must have
We look for the
experienced a lot of
negative
that on your
sometimes.
journey.
We see it on it.
You know
hasn't.
what? Like
He hasn't.
No?
You know what? Honestly, I had one. I think when it first went crazy, when someone's like, "Always got beautiful eyes." One blue west, one blue west, one blue east. Because of my lazy eye thing.
Me too, brother. Me too.
Besides that, like it's been all.
Tobin
positive,
gets like that too when he has enough beers.
So I got a mild lazy eye, right?
Okay.
So basically, if I take the glasses off,
Oh, yeah.
I think we found a family.
it takes about 4 to 5 beers, and then one of the eyes will stop moving. It'll just give up. It just resigns.
You know what? People can make fun of it though, but you always got somebody watching your back.
That's right. You heard that Biggie joke. I think I told it on this show before. Why did Notorious B.I.G. have the lazy eye? To keep one eye on Diddy at all times. There you go. Still holds up.
It's different now, yeah.
That's funny.
So you said you never really had much negative.
Honestly,
stuff
no, I haven't.
That's awesome.
It's been so much support. I almost expected it, but
because the internet's horrible sometimes.
internet's horrible. A lot of people. I mean, I think the worst I got, people were like, "Oh, you're never going to sustain because it's not a vegan diet, or you're never going to sustain because it's not,
Okay, well, vegans are no fun. So who cares?
right? Yeah, but besides that, no,
I think the only time a negative comment really takes hold is if it's the first comment. If there's 10 positive comments, it's real hard to have the balls to jump in with a negative
That's
comment.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
But you still, the people, they hide behind their
Absolutely.
pictures
No
and all that
pictures.
stuff.
and they're
picture.
probably like the size of me, like when I was, they but they feel that need to to get in that little dig, and it makes them feel good, I guess. But I don't let it bother me.
No,
it's
I
good to
really
hit
don't.
rock bottom. There's nothing you're going to say to me that's going to throw me off the edge and make me feel any worse than I already was.
No, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah,
So-
well, you've already considered suicide. You're not going to care about some guy you don't know saying you're not going to maintain.
Yeah,
your
absolutely. I
progress.
already felt the rock bottom. There's nothing you can do to make me good.
100%. People who listen to this statement inspired by either one of you, how do they follow you? How do they find you?
Yeah, you can find me I'm on X, I guess, Twitter. Chef Bones NS is my handle there. I do a lot more posting on Facebook. I open my account as a digital creator, so people can follow me along there. So just Derrick Bona on Facebook. I'm on TikTok.
With
I'm on
2
all
R's.
of them. Yeah, with 2 R's.
Derrick with 2 R's.
DerrickBona.
Yeah.
But you can follow me on there, and maybe you'll aspire. So.
Yeah, and I'm on Facebook. I'm on a bunch as well. I'm on Instagram, but I haven't posted on Instagram in months. But Facebook, I'm on Facebook almost every day. I'm Rick My Trainer, and rickmytrainer.com.
RickMyTrainer.com. That's easy. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, gentlemen, it was awesome meeting you. Thank you so much
thank you guys.
for coming in and hanging out.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
And
Appreciate
thank
it.
you so much to Hardisty Brewing.
Yeah,
this has
Hardisty.
been really nice. What were we all drinking? We should
Bailey's
just
the
plug
best.
that
Well,
before the
yeah,
end.
you go through yours here because you have the non-alcohol.
Yeah, so I have a non-alcohol beer, but it's really nice. These guys make it in-house. It's actually a citrus hop water.
Yeah,
it's
it's good.
delicious.
I've had it.
It's very, very chill. It's
fantastic.
0 calories,
It is
Rick, my
fantastic.
trainer. 0 calories.
Mine is not 0 calories.
I should have had that one.
I had the Heritage IPA, and it's fantastic. I like their entire range of products there. And their bar is right across from my studio.
Yeah.
So we often, after class, a bunch of us will pop over here.
Very cool.
Quite often. Yeah.
I'm having the old Sidney Crosby and Nathan McKinnon beer.
That's right, yeah.
87.29.
87.29.
I didn't know that till
It's a bummer nobody knows this number.
Yeah. Two of the goats, I guess.
Yeah, two of the goats
That's
for
it.
sure.
And so I had their maple pecan brown ale. It was really,
Damn, that
really
sounds fancy.
It was
It does.
really good. Yeah, it was tasty.
It's a drink and a dessert.
All right,
It
guys.
hit the spot.
Well, that's it. it. We're all done. We
Awesome.
can, we
Thank
can go
you very
home.
much,
Right.
fellas.
Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate
Awesome
it.
meetings. Yeah.
Thank you for listening to The Afternoon Pint. We are an independent podcast and we need your support. Please take a moment to hit that like, follow, and share button. Email us if you have an idea or suggestion for the show. Please send your feedback. We'd love to hear from you.